Shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Kodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of great millstone that rule well, and they bring the word and doctrine, shalom, and in peace. May that be unto the elect of the nation of Israel. Now this is an in transit, so I won't be able to pull too many, but Lord, when it be a spiritual speaking, Lord, when it be edifying. So Sirach or Ecclesiasticus chapter 35, it says, "He that keepeth the law bringeth offerings enough." Now we're aware that we can't be saved by keeping the law. Does that mean we don't keep the law? Absolutely not. But it means we understand we won't keep the law perfectly. We have to be perfected through faith. Okay, so we need to bring spiritual offerings. Right, that's what it is in this time. In the time of the Levitical priesthood, there would be those offerings that were brought. It talks about now, Apostle Paul said, "Let no man judge you in regard to the high holy days, new moons, the offerings, drink offerings, meat offerings, so on and so forth." Right, so we don't even have a temple right now. So what does it say in 1 Corinthians 3? It says, "Know ye not that ye are the temple of Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, and the Spirit of Yahawah dwelleth in you." Right, so we are to be that temple. So we're to offer through our sacrifice. So let me read this, Sirach 35 and 1 in full now. "He that keepeth the law bringeth offerings enough. He that taketh heed to the commandment offereth a peace offering." And we need that reconciliation. We need to make peace between us and the Heavenly Father. Because we holistically as a nation, we went completely off. That's how we ended up in captivity. That's Hebrew Israelism 101 for vocab. We went into slavery, we got afflicted, we go through and catch hell, which is a condition rather than a fucking underworld, on fire, hot place. Hades doctrine, which the word Hades is in the Greek, but they were using Greek words to convey Hebraic concepts. That's something we always need to remember. So we caught hell, the condition, due to sinning, right? Due to breaking the law. Yeah, so we do strive to keep the law, but we understand how we perfected. We're perfected through faith. Okay, we're perfected through faith. So it's us bringing this new manner of offering, how we can atone, make ourselves at one, right? At one or atone. Romans 12 and 1, it says, "I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahawah, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, which is your reasonable service." Right, so not defiling ourselves, with the manners, with women, that's when, and when I say women, I mean the doctrine, although on Hashabbath, certain days are holy unto us, we should remain clean for, but generally, when it says these are they who are not defiled with women, it's talking about doctrines, not generally. It absolutely is. All right, but there's ways. If you're into a woman and you start going in onto a god, you're going off. You're becoming spiritually unclean. You're becoming a spiritual adulterer. Right, the same way that you would feel about that woman if she stepped out on you. That's how the Heavenly Father feels about us when we go into these other gods. And King Solomon unfortunately did that. But that's all the part of the Lord's decree. Yahawashi had to come on the scene. As I did in a lesson recently, this he did once. So he needeth not to offer up sacrifices daily as those other priests. That's what the Levitical priesthood did. But Yahawashi offered that sacrifice for the whole nation. He said first for his own sins and then for the others. For this he did once. Right, so it's saying he didn't need to do it like the Levitical priests. They did it for themselves and then the others daily. But what did Yahawashi do? He did it for himself and then for others, once and for all. Right, so that's that sin sacrifice. But we are still to bring, and when I say that, it means as Solomon. There's a little thing called reincarnation. When I say a little thing, it's a big thing. So that can be set apart for another day, Lord willing. So the sacrifice we need to do now is presenting our bodies. And that's how we prove, that's how we show our faith. Right, a man can say, "I have faith, but no works," and a man can have works. I'm paraphrasing this horribly, but out of the book of James, he says, "Well, show me your faith without your works, and I'll show you my faith by my works." Right, so that's what it's about. It's about working. Right, we're coming this thing to work, not to just chat shit, and not to sit around, not to say shalom all day and not do anything. It's not a fucking feel-good party, right? Like all these other woke movements, Pan-Africanism, Nation of Islam, all of this. There might be good in it, I'm not denying it. They might, all right, brotherhood, the idea of keeping the money bouncing within the community, so-called. You're right, cool, that sounds nice, but guess what? We're in slavery, we're in affliction, and we're our own worst enemy. Firstly, as ourselves in the flesh, and secondly, as a nation, right? The most hell you'll catch, probably isn't from E, it's probably from Jake. When Jacob's trouble comes, we'll see as well. Jacob's trouble is also E's trouble. But some of the principles, they sound nice, all right, brotherhood, unity, but it's a false unity, because Pan-Africans are all gathered together, they'll all believe 10 different things, but there's only 8 people in the room. That's confusion. But they'll all believe different things, and they'll call themselves building, but guess what? Once you leave, my man's still in Kemet, this one's still a Rasta, and this man's still in, whatever he's in. So it's confusion. You're not building anything of value, and it's not about nation building in this time. In the kingdom it absolutely is, but the Lord's going to set us aright and change our flesh, change us out of this wicked body, this wicked, corruptible flesh. Why is it called that? Because it's subject to death, right? Mortality. In the kingdom, all Israelites will be living forever, right? Forever, forever, ever, forever, ever. That sort of forever. So we need to do what we need to do by sacrificing right now, presenting our bodies as a living sacrifice. Even though we're in the flesh, even though we slip up, we need to use what we've got to push out the ministry, further the ministry. That's how we bring those offerings, right? Sirach 35:1 says, "He that keepeth the law bringeth offerings enough. He that taketh heed to the commandment offereth a peace offering." It says, "He that requireth a good turn offereth fine flour, and he that giveth alms sacrificeth peace." It says as well in Tobit, let's pull that, "Alms delivereth from death." Right, Tobit 4:10. It says, "Because the alms do deliver from death, and suffer not to come into darkness." So that's another way to atone. That's another way to to sacrifice, to give, because you gave up your time, or you whatever you did to get your money, and then you put that to good use. Verse 11, it says, "For alms is a good gift unto all that give it in the sight of the Most High." All right, so that's not a bad thing. And when you do that, you don't go around, sounding a trumpet before yourself. Let's find that. Right, Matthew 6:2 says, "Therefore, when thou do," I'll start one. "Take heed that you do not your alms before men to be seen of them. Otherwise, you have no reward of your Father which is in heaven." And you'll see that on TikTok, on YouTube Shorts, which them short videos seem to be taking over the internet right now. And everyone's got that TikTok attention span. It says, "Take heed that take heed that you do not your alms before men to be seen of them. Otherwise, you have no reward of your Father which is in heaven. Therefore, when thou doest thine alms, do not sound a trumpet before thee, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and in the street, that they may have glory of men. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward." So then, man, showing off. All right, I'm giving away £100 to the homeless. I'm giving away $200 to the homeless. What profit is that? You just show. All right, it might be a good deed, but why are you really doing it? Would you do it if the camera wasn't there? Probably not. Otherwise, why are you filming it? Why can't you just give them it, and go about your day? Okay, verily I say unto you, they have their reward. Verse 3, "But when thou doest alms, let not thy left hand know what thy right hand doeth." So it should be so secret, and that's a it's not literally you have to put your left hand away in case your left hand has eyes and sees it. But the point is, the principle there is, even one hand shouldn't know what the next hand's doing, because it's so secretive. Because it's so hidden. You're not going, "Hey, everyone, look at me, I'm a good person." Virtue signaling. And that's what a lot of this is. Being a so-called good person, by society's standards, people do that to be seen of men, right? To get a pat on the back and feel good about themselves, to boost their own selves. And they're the same people that say, "Well, I think I'm doing good and it's better because I'm not doing it for a reward. I'm not doing it for the Creator. I'm doing it for this person. Really, you're doing it to feel good about yourself. You know? There's a reward, there's a kingdom, but we want to please the Heavenly Father, Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi. That's why we have the sacrifice. Yeah, there's a reward. Yeah, we want the kingdom. Yeah, we hate it here. But we want to, if we're in the right spirit, we want to do what's pleasing to the Heavenly Father, irregardless. If that's even a word, regardless. Irrespective. Okay? Verse 3 once more. When thou doest thine arms, let not thy left hand know what thy right hand doeth, that thine arms may be in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret himself shall reward thee openly. All right? And then it goes on. And the same thing goes for prayer. Gathering up. Hey, everyone, look at me. I'm praying to my God. I'm praying. No, you don't need to do that. It's a private thing. Sirach 35 and verse 3, it says, to depart from wickedness is a thing pleasing to the Lord, and to forsake unrighteousness is a propitiation. And propitiation, let's go into that word in the English, would go into the Greek or the Hebrew, but Sirach Ecclesiasticus doesn't seem to have that. Propitiation, it says, an atonement. Noun of action from past participle stem of Latin propitiare. Propitiare. I've got a crack on my screen, excuse me. Appease, appropriate, from propitious, favorable, gracious, kind, well disposed. The current explanation of this, as of Devan, is that it represents propitio, on and on, even further, on and on. So before, on and on, forward, hence in front of, toward, near. This is related to Latin prope, near. It says the earliest recorded form of the word in English is propitiatorium. Propitiatorium, I believe I said that correctly. The mercy seat, place of atonement. So it simply means, there it is as well. That which appropriates or appeases, appropriate a gift or offering. So carrying on with the theme of sacrifice. Okay, so the verse 3 and then 4, and we'll end it there. It says, to depart from wickedness is a thing pleasing to the Lord, Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, and to forsake unrighteousness is a propitiation. Thou shalt not appear empty before the Lord. Right, so we shouldn't appear empty before Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi. If we've got this truth, we need to use it. Use it or you lose it. Read Luke 19. What happened to the man that servant that put the pound under a napkin. All right, so shalom. Next video, Lord willing.